Hi there, Mia. How are you? My husband told me that you were at the hospital earlier to visit him. He told me you kept him great company. Thank you so much for taking the time to see him. I know you're very busy. Both George and I are very grateful for you.
It's my pleasure, Stella. I have very flexible working hours since I work from home. And besides, I enjoy seeing my brother. I don't mind visiting the hospital to spend time with him.
You have no idea how much I appreciate you visiting him. I wish I could see him more often, but now that he is ill, I have to work to keep food on the table. So it's difficult for me to make the time. But you've been so good to us, visiting him and taking care of my daughter when I can't. I don't know how to thank you.
Please, Stella, you're overreacting. We are family. It's natural that we look after each other in times like these. I'm not doing anything special. And it's not your fault that you have to work full-time to support your family. I know it's hard for you too, not being able to see him as much as you want to. None of us asked for this, including George, of course.
I know, dear. Honestly, at times like this, I can't help but to think what God is up to. Hazel finally starts elementary school, and a month later, George is in the hospital. I thought we were living the happiest moments in life, But the next thing we know, we hit rock bottom.
I know, Stella. I'm so sorry for what you're going through.
I can't believe the doctor told us he only has months to live.
I still can't believe any of this either. But, if there's one thing that makes George who he is, it's his resilience. He has always rose back from hardships he faced. I'm sure he will do the same this time and beat the crap out of his illness.
I agree. He hasn't given up, and I haven't either. Not that there's much I can do for him.
What? Stella, what are you talking about? George is able to concentrate on his fight because you're giving him everything to support the family. He couldn't have come this far without you, so please don't say that.
Okay, thank you, Mia. You always give me confidence. I don't know what I would do without you. Oh, I forgot to ask. Is it possible for you to take Hazel in the week after next? I know this is short notice, but I would be grateful if she could stay with you for 5 or 6 days.
The week after next? Are you going away for business again?
Yes, I have to. I keep telling my boss I can't go on so many business trips at the moment, but we are so short-staffed. And I'm not the only one with a child, so with overflowing tasks, I feel really bad to ask for special treatment,
I understand. It's best if your boss and colleagues can take on your responsibilities, but they have families and other priorities too. I'm sure they wish they could help you more, but it's a hard balance.
It is. So I tell myself at least I don't have long working hours. And I never work on the weekends, so that's been helpful. So, how is your availability? Is 5 to 6 days too long?
Oh, sorry. I didn't even realize I haven't answered your question. Of course, she can stay with me as long as she needs. You can count on me anytime, be it sudden or planned.
How nice of you to say. I am really glad I listened to George back ago when we moved here. He wanted to be close to you because he knew we could count on you in case of an emergency. These days, it's been a lifesaver that we live in the same area. I could ask my parents, but I would have to put Hazel on a place to make that happen.
It doesn't help that our parents aren't too close either. I mean, they are only a couple of hours away, but they are getting too old to come around often. They told me how bad they felt for not being supportive enough of you and Hazel.
Oh, they shouldn't feel that way at all. They have helped so much with the medical costs. Without their help, George would not be able to continue his treatments. And on top of that, they have been very generous to help out with Hazel's necessities.
My parents are not well off enough to help us financially, so I am grateful for them.
Your parents are helping you in every way they can, I'm sure. Needless to say, you're the only one who is supporting George more than any of us. As his family, we are extremely grateful that he has you. So, when you need help, just let us know anytime. Let us do our role as you do yours. Like I said, we're family. Let's stick together and get through this.
You're going to make me cry, Mia! Thank you, really. I promise, I won't give up until George gets better.
And he will. But Stella, please don't work yourself too hard. Life is challenging as it is.
Okay, I won't.
Alright, tell Hazel I am excited to see her in 2 weeks. We will have a great time together.
Hi, Mia. Sorry I missed your call. I've had such a busy morning today. I was in a meeting until now and had left my phone on my desk.
I see.
Is everything all right?
Stella, you might want to sit down. I have some news to break to you.
Oh my god. Is it George? Has something happened?
Unfortunately, yes. Stella, I'm so sorry. George passed away a couple of minutes ago. I just made it to his final moments. It happened so quickly. They told me that his heart suddenly crashed and there was nothing they could do, despite their effort. I am so sorry. I wish I would have known and called you sooner. I wish you had the chance to see him. I understand.
It's okay. I will head to the hospital right away. Oh, but I guess I should pick Hazel up at school along the way.
Should I send someone to pick you up? I can come myself if you want.
It's alright. I realize it might not be so safe for me to drive, but I know you're too upset to drive too. If you can you ask the nurses how to proceed from here? Like, the steps we need to take? Have you contacted your parents?
Yes, I have. I got a hold of them a minute ago. They're on their way to the hospital right now.
Okay, thank you. What were his last moments like? Was he aware of what was happening? Did he go in peace?
He actually came back for a second, for his final breath. It was crazy. I felt a grip in his hand, so I think he knew I was there. And then he whispered what I think was Hazel's name.
That sounds like the George I know. Being resilient, one last time. I'm getting in the car now. Please stay by his side until we arrive. I'm sorry you had to send him off alone. It must be so hard for you too. I will get there as soon as possible.
Stella? What's going on? Why was Hazel sitting on my front porch by herself?
Hasn't she told you?
Yeah, but it doesn't make any sense. She's telling me that you told her to live with us from now on.
That is correct.
I beg your pardon? What do you mean? Do you have another business trip you have to go on?
Come on, Mia, don't act stupid. I know you already know what I mean. You probably figured it out as soon as you realized how serious Hazel was.
You are leaving her?
Yes, I totally am leaving her. I can't take care of her anymore.
Stella, I know George's death has been super hard on you. But you don't have to feel pressured to raise her on your own. You know that we're here to support you. Just like we have been for the past year.
Support me? Does that mean you're going to do everything for me 24/7? Like all the chores and pay for everything? That's not what you mean, is it? You see, I want to start a new life now that George is gone.
Excuse me?
It's his fault. He shouldn't have died leaving his wife and young daughter behind. I never asked to be a single parent. So I have decided that my first marriage was a mistake. That's why I'm starting over now. A fresh new beginning for Stella.
What? What has gotten into you?
I have been by his side all along as his wife. At least until he was admitted to the hospital. I have been a great, caring wife for him. What else do you want from me?
What about Hazel? You can't just abandon her so that you get to start anew. She is your daughter.
Yeah, but that means she's also your brother's child, right? So you're entitled to look after her too, as her aunt. I don't need her anymore, so take her in, like you always have, won't you?
You don't need her? Are you being serious? How can you be so selfish? What about her feelings? You think she's happy that she gets to start a new life without her mother? She realizes that you left her, you know. She just lost her dad. You are supposed to take care of her, not dispose her like trash.
Well, aren't you glad she has you to do all that for her? I, on the other hand, can simply not.
Stella, we need to sit down and talk about this carefully. You are clearly not yourself right now. She can stay with me for a couple of days. Meanwhile, let's find a suitable time for the both of us to talk about this.
Sorry, but I don't have that kind of time. And I have already moved away. The house we used to live in is now empty. I quit work too, so I won't be around in the area anymore.
Where did you move?
Silly Mia. Obviously, I'm not going to tell you. I don't need you chasing me around to lecture me. Nor have you leave Hazel on my doorstep.
I would never do such a thing.
Whatever. I am not telling you my new location no matter what. What I am telling you is that I quit being Hazel's mother.
What about her custody? Are you going to at least handle the legal matters?
I have no clue about legal matters. I'm sure you can find a way to adopt her somehow. Help yourself if you want to make things official. If you need me to sign something, I might be willing to help. You can let me know then. But other than that, I don't want you contacting me. I won't reply to anything either, so don't bother trying.
I can't believe you. You are actually willing to let her go?
This is what I have been saying. Can't you read? If you want me to be sorry, I'm sorry. There you have it. I need to enjoy life for myself and not for someone else. That's all.
You can enjoy your life for all you want, but leaving Hazel out of it is just a different story. She is not some kind of disposable tool.
Enough, Mia. We will never understand each other. Let's save each other's breath for something better. If you want to think of me as a horrible mother, go ahead. I don't care. But I am done taking care of Hazel, so if you want to, please do. Don't contact me unless it's about legalizing her custody or whatever it is that you want to do.
Wait, Stella! We are not done talking.
We are, really. It was great knowing you. Thanks, and good luck taking care of Hazel. Bye. Hello, Mia. How are you?
What? Stella?
Hi, I'm glad you replied. How have you been? It's been a long time. What do you want? You don't have to be so cold. You're as good as dead to us. Please, Mia, we used to be good friends, right? So you want me to act like nothing happened? You got some nerves. I was young and living a difficult time back then. Young? Don't make me laugh. You can't use young as an excuse for what you have done. Tell me, have you settled down with someone since? Yes, I have. Oh wow, congratulations! I am very happy for you. I'm guessing your husband was accepting of Hazel too then, huh? Do you have kids of your own now? I do. But what does that have anything to do with you? Is Hazel getting along with them? I hope she's not feeling awkward around her stepfather or step-siblings. What? Why the hell would she feel awkward? Mia, come on, stop being so mad. I'm trying to just have a conversation with you. Please don't be such a stranger to me. You're making me feel very sad. What do you want? If you want the small talk, do it with someone else. I am not interested. Now, don't be so icy. You have to give me a chance. You see, I got married 2 years ago. What do you want me to say? Hooray? No, I don't expect that from you. But I would like to take Hazel back. Come again. My husband really wants a girl. We've been trying for a baby for some time now, but it's not working. Maybe it's age, maybe it's luck, I don't know. But we've not been able to get pregnant, despite many efforts. So that is why I would like to welcome Hazel back into my family. It's not a bad idea, don't you think? I'm sure that you would like to concentrate on your own kids now that you have them. Honestly, I have no words. You are simply unbelievable. It'll be fine. I will do it right this time. I promise to take care of her. I will pick her up from your place next week with my husband. Can you prepare her things, please? How sad that you're clueless about your own daughter. Don't bother coming, because she is not around. Excuse me? What do you mean? Where is she? Don't tell me you never took care of her. Is she in foster care? You know, I kind of assumed that you would do your own research to find out how she's doing at some point. But you really never gave a damn about her, did you? Did her existence ever cross your mind at all over the years? Are you seriously too busy with yourself? I've had my own business to take care of. So where is she? Tell me. Now. Hazel is studying overseas. Overseas? What? Why? She's what, like 14 or 15? That means she's barely started high school. How can she be studying abroad at such a young age? How? Because she is smart and she earned it. Unlike you, dummy. Don't you remember how bright your own daughter used to be even when she was 6? Maybe. Oh, right. You were never that interested in her, even back then. Well, she was. She was always academic and would memorize things even adults have a hard time memorizing. Her teachers were always surprised by her abilities. We all thought she was simply smart, but then when my husband met her, he saw something different. He suggested she take an IQ test, and that's how we found out she has a much higher IQ than most people. And that is why she's studying overseas? Partially yes, because the levels of education in a regular high school is meaningless for her. There were greater opportunities in schools abroad that wanted her as a student. And the other reason why she decided to go was to avoid you, in case you asked to take her back.
Huh? Are you saying that you knew I would ask? Why?
We weren't sure, of course. But we made an intelligent guess based on your selfish way of thinking. And unlike you, we have kept an eye on you, so we knew you got married. And from our findings, we assumed you and your husband would want Hazel back.
Excuse me? So you read me? Is that what you're trying to say?
We've had a private investigator tracking you over the years. We had them report what you've been doing from time to time. You would be surprised to know how much we know about you. You see, you might have forgotten about Hazel, but we never forgot about you. And that meant we needed to collect as much information as possible so that we can fight you right, in case you ever come claiming for Hazel. But wow, it's unbelievable that you think you can just take her back.
Of course I can! I am entitled to it because I had her. I may not have custody anymore, but it won't change the fact that I am her biological mother. No one can take that away.
Sure, you are her biological mother. So what though? No one thinks you're her mother. None of my family, nor Hazel herself. You know, after you literally left her, she developed a panic disorder. She was emotionally unstable for a very long time. It took years until she was able to live her life without getting any panic attacks. Can you imagine what kind of childhood she had to spend because of you?
Well, it shouldn't matter anymore if she's fine now. She's grown and stable now, so nothing to fuss about.
You see, this is why you will not see Hazel. You haven't changed one bit, and have not learned anything through the years. You are so low and so disgusting. You are not necessary in her life. I will not let you ruin her again. Never.
No, you don't get it. She loves me. She was crying when I left her at your place. She was begging me not to go. It's because she didn't want to lose me. So, if she finds out that I want to live with her again, I know she will be thrilled. It's what she's always wanted.
Dream on, woman. This is not one bit true. She chose to study abroad so that you couldn't reach her. And she also does not want to live with your husband. We know what he's done in the past. I will never let your husband get near Hazel.
His past? What are you talking about? What do you know about him?
Ha! Interesting. Do you not know? Your husband has been divorced 3 times, right?
What? No, he's only been divorced once, same as me.
You should check again because he's lying to you. Our private investigator ran a background check on him, via legal documents, so I am 100% sure.
Oh, well, maybe. It doesn't matter. A lot of people get divorced multiple times nowadays. There's nothing rare about that, is there?
He has been married 3 times, all to single mothers who's had a daughter from their previous marriage. And all 3 of them divorced your husband for the same reason.
What?
He's a child molester. Or at least he attempted.
Excuse me? You can't be serious. My husband?
He's been reported for suspicious actions against the girls, but he never actually got caught. But his previous wives divorced him as soon as they realized why he ever married them. You should look into his past yourself if you want to know the details. The bottom line is, he's a sick bastard who needs to be put in jail.
No. Wait, is that why he's been wanting a girl?
How the hell am I supposed to know? But from the information I have, he was probably looking for his next target. So now you know what a monster he is. I will never let you lay one finger on Hazel. Needless to say, of course, you can't take her back, even if he wasn't around.
You have to give me your investigator's report. You still have it, don't you? Let me have it. I need to know more.
Why should I help you with anything? If you want to know more, then do your own homework.
I can't possibly continue to live with him any longer if what you're telling me is true. I didn't even know he was divorced 3 times. He said he was only married once. He tricked me. This is fraud. I'm going to sue that son of a bitch. He's going to pay for this.
Well, I refuse to help or give anything to you. Besides, it costs money to run an investigation, you know? Why should I have to give you what I paid for? If you want to dig up your husband's past, help yourself. You have money, don't you? You took everything my brother left for Hazel.
That was ages ago. Of course there is none left. I don't have the kind of money to spend on a private investigator.
You used it all? What a fool.
It was my husband. He said he was going to use it on some sort of investment stock. But it didn't go well, or at least that's what he told me. Too bad.
As much as it bothers me how you wasted my brother's money, what you have lost is not my problem. You can sue him or beat him or whatever you want to do, I honestly don't care. We're not related in any way, and I prefer it to stay that way for the rest of our lives.
Please don't cut me out like that. I just wanted to be happy, Mia. I just wanted to live a normal married life. I deserve to be happy. I deserve a warm, loving man. Your brother couldn't give that to me, and it's not fair. I was never supposed to be a worn-out widow with a child to care for on my own.
Don't you dare talk about what my brother couldn't give you.
As sad as it was that my brother passed away, you had the chance to be happy with Hazel. But you ruined it by running away from her.
If you want to blame your unhappiness on someone, then blame yourself. We know you were seeing other men when my brother was in the hospital. Hazel remembers everything. Those business trips you had to take, none of them were real. You were traveling with your boyfriends, having fun while my brother was dying, and I took care of Hazel. And yet you want to talk about fairness? About my brother not giving you happiness?
I needed to get my mind off of everything I was going through. I was just trying to overcome the hard times.
What about Hazel? She was experiencing sadness no child should ever experience. She needed support more than you. But you didn't want to face her. Because of what you did to her, she broke down once. I will never, ever forgive you for that.
Mia, listen, please. I don't have any money right now. Everything I ever had has been handled by my husband ever since we got married. I was a fool not to see how he was probably lying to me about his investments until now. I will pay you back when I divorce him. But I need the information you have on him in order to do that. Please, give me what you have on him. I am begging you.
Hell no. I will never help you in any way. If you try hard, I am sure you can find the information yourself since I've already told you where to look. You're an adult, so stop depending on other people. I am coming over to your place right now. I will bang on your door until you give me those reports. Stella, you don't even know where I live. You think I kept the same address over the years? I told you, I am married with children. I moved out of my previous condo ages ago. Fine, I will have to bother your parents then. You don't want that, do you? My parents have moved too. They're living in the nursing home far away from you. But if you still want to visit their old home, go ahead. Just don't expect anyone you know to answer the door. You want to do this the hard way then? Fine. I will tell my husband that you're in the way of getting back Hazel. If my husband really wants her as a target, I'm sure he will pay anything it takes to bring her home. He will finally get what he wants. You don't want his gruesome fingers on her, do you? Now give me those reports or I will tell him. If you give me the reports now, I won't bother Hazel. This is a one-time offer. Give it to me. You are a sad person. But whatever, Stella. I don't care what you tell him. He can take any action against us all he wants. We still have the reports to support our case. And I guess he'll just have to defend himself somehow, this time in court. Oh, and by the way, if we ever go to court, it will probably take years for this case to conclude. You see, we're moving to my husband's home country, where Hazel is now. So we won't be around. What? You're moving overseas? Where? Why on earth would I tell you? But if you must know, we are moving far away. Well, if you're moving away from us, then you don't need those reports. Just give it to me, damn it! You won't ever see us anyway. You have no use for it anymore. Please, I won't bother you if you just hand it over. You are bothering me right now as we speak, even though you're the one who told me not to contact you when you left Hazel with me. So I don't believe anything you say. Mia, please. You don't know what I have been through. I thought I would finally be happy when I got married to my husband. I thought everything would turn out the way it was supposed to as long as I could get pregnant. But he's become so cold once he realized I wasn't going to give him a baby girl. But I had to stay with him if I wanted to keep the quality of my life. I had to stay with him to be happy. You see, I've tried so hard. But I can't believe he tricked me into all of this. I have to get revenge. Sure, whatever. Go ahead. Just don't ask me to help. I shouldn't even reply to you anymore. Wait, please. I don't have anything to fight him with. I can't win without arms. I have to get my revenge and get my money back and take everything he has too. That way I can restart my life again. Just like I did before. I should get another chance, right? You are so selfish. You deserve 0 chances. All you do is think about yourself and taking things from others. You will never be happy. And frankly, I have better things to worry about than how you end up in life. Go away, Stella. You left Hazel first. You can't complain if we leave you. I told Hazel what happened shortly after my conversation with Stella. Hazel, now understanding for certain that her mother will not bring any good to her, told me to delete all contact which I have kept in case she needed it in the future. Hazel and I felt pretty good about discarding all of Stella's contacts. It kind of felt like a fresh start, which, ironically, is what Stella always wanted. A couple of months later, we saw on the internet that Stella's husband was arrested for sneaking into a school for God knows what. I'm glad his name is now on the internet so that he'll have to live on his toes for the rest of his life. To think of it now, the two must be a good fit, one being a child neglector and the other being a molester. They must have supplemented each other, although Stella is all alone now. We asked a private investigator to look into Stella one last time and found out that she officially divorced her husband after his arrest. Her husband had used all of what my brother left, leaving her with no money. She currently lives in an old apartment in a shady neighborhood, working every day to pay her bills. Honestly, I don't think it'll last though. Her crooked personality will eventually get in the way of keeping a job, which will drift her away even more from happiness. Perhaps my hatred towards her wants me to think that she'll never be happy. But one thing is for sure, she will never be as happy as Hazel. Hazel has skipped several grades, learning things that I would never understand in my lifetime. Hazel used to be quiet and afraid to speak her mind, but ever since she began to study in her current school, she's flourished into an intelligent, outspoken young woman. Hazel was abandoned by her own mother immediately after losing her father. The trauma she has suffered is unimaginable, but she's a strong, bright girl who's not afraid anymore. She knows her father will always be watching over her, and the rest of us still here will always protect her so that she can go beyond her limits.
Thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel.